Yo YouTube, we're back again with another video. Today we're gonna be doing the usual Borough City Magazine reaction. I'm not gonna waste your time, straight into this video.
Years ago, I made a video titled BTS Paved the Way. Why is it so hard to accept it? In that video, I explained why BTS definitely did pave the way for K-pop to be part of the mainstream music
They
industry. It
did.
was only after BTS entered the Billboard charts when Billboard created charts only for K-pop. It was only after BTS started winning Western award shows when Western award shows created K-pop categories.
I won't lie, she is not lying. If you should ask me right now, who are the, name K-pop artists, the only people that come straight to my head is BTS. I do not know any other K-pop artist or any other K-pop group. So like they definitely paved the way for K-pop. She's not capping, it's true. And this happens for a lot of other people too. Most of us only know BTS. We do not know any other group.
It was only after BTS started winning social media awards when K-pop artists became active on social media. It was only after BTS started attending American television when K-pop artists started being invited to American television. It was only after BTS started getting Grammy nominations when K-pop artists started submitting their music to the Grammys. It was
True.
only after BTS's fandom requested to have their albums on major stores like Target when K-pop artists started selling their albums in major stores like Target.
True.
BTS paved the way because without them, K-pop would have remained a niche interest and
That's
it
true.
wouldn't have the global platform it has today thanks to BTS.
True.
Those are only some of the reasons why BTS paved the way. But something I didn't address in that video was how. How did BTS manage to successfully enter and stay on the Billboard charts, receive Western nominations and win, attend American
True.
television, and become the biggest group in the world? It seems impossible. Other K-pop artists, backed by the biggest labels in South Korea and even with Western label partnerships, attempted success in the Western music industry before BTS,
True.
and they failed. Their
True.
Western promotions failed to gain popularity in the West, much less pave the way for an entire industry. So again, how were BTS the ones able to break down these barriers? It is well known that BTS didn't have the resources to create a promotion master plan or pay for any of these opportunities. So in my opinion, there are multiple factors that made BTS's attempts successful. Their self-produced music, their more relatable image, their connection to fans on social media,
True.
their creative promotion strategies, and even their underdog story made their small group of fans believe in the members.
Okay, that flip was insane. That whatever I just saw right now, that's insane. But like she has a point though. A lot of people have been trying to do this for years before BTS. BTS is not the first K-pop group and they will not be the last K-pop group. There are people before them. There are people that have walked the path before them and they did not succeed. What made them not succeed? We don't know. But what made it different? I'm pretty sure they had a lot of money. They put in a lot of money and still didn't work. But BTS, there must be something that made BTS different from other K-pop groups.
Grow organically, and fight for these opportunities alongside BTS. This is why K-pop fans who reject the idea of BTS paving the way attack these factors more than anything else. Their music is only self-produced because of lack of money to hire producers. The members are not actually genuine. Their connection with fans is just fan service. Their creative strategies were not that creative because someone did something similar one time before them. Their underdog story must not be real. It has to be part of a bigger promotion strategy. These are common excuses by K-pop fans whenever someone mentions reasons why BTS stood out and were able to break down barriers. But one of the most important and therefore hated reasons can be seen in moments like this.
And maybe I made a mistake yesterday, but yesterday's me is still me. Today, I am who I am with all of my faults and my mistakes. Tomorrow, I might be a tiny bit wiser, and that'll be me too.
어른들 눈에
That's
보이지
smart.
않는다고 해서 길을 잃었다고 말할 수 있을까요? 모든 선택은 그 선택이 곧 변화의 시작이라고 믿고 있습니다. 엔딩이 아니라요.
Thank President Biden and the White House for giving this important opportunity to speak about the important causes, remind ourselves of what we can do as artists. As an artist, I promise that I will also let my imagination fill the canvas you will create. I will play my heart out in the playground you will build for us. I promise that I'll do my part by sending a message of courage and hope and lots of emotions through music.
Someone order a college degree program? There's a college in there. Hey, I just deliver life upgrades. Sign here.
Okay, what did I order?
Lottie said about the exact role RM's leadership played not just
Let me talk about that speech. That speech was all his speeches, all the speech I've watched him give, and just those 4 clips, they're actually really good. He's a good speaker. That's wonderful.
in the success of BTS, but in the success of the K-pop industry. A simplification of RM's role I see a lot is that RM is the English speaker in BTS. Therefore, he's going to be the spokesperson in international interviews that help with their globalization. But we all know it's not just that. Many other K-pop groups have English speakers. Some, unlike RM, are native English speakers. Some may even be native English speakers who are also good with public speaking, yet they don't have moments like this. It's not just because he's multilingual or a good speaker. What made RM change the K-pop industry was his willingness to be a messenger for art, not just an artist. For RM, art was never about himself or even about BTS. For RM, art always had a bigger purpose. Now, with this, I want to clarify that I don't believe RM is the only or the first real artist in the K-pop industry. That notion is ridiculous, and I would never argue that. What I'm trying to say is that RM is probably the most powerful messenger in the K-pop industry.
I feel like she's trying to say RM is like, he's dedicated. He's like, how do I put it? He's really dedicated. Yeah, that's the way to put it.
Of the creative process, the artist's struggle, and the power of art itself. He always insisted in sharing this message. This is how, whether it was on his first small studio or at the United Nations Assembly, his message and his insistence inevitably changed the industry. He convinced everyone. He convinced the first big hit producers who discovered him and made him the first member of BTS. He convinced the BTS members to stay with him in that powerless label. He convinced the label to let BTS be their first group to just have a little more loose rules and strategies. This new way of doing things convinced audiences to become BTS fans little by little, and the success of BTS made the K-pop industry follow their lead. Once again, please pay attention to what I'm actually saying and notice what I'm not saying. I'm not saying RM single-handedly made BTS successful, made the label get out of bankruptcy, and paved the way for the entire K-pop industry. Quite the opposite. I believe the 7 BTS members were needed for the group to pave the way. But all of these talents would have probably stayed in the niche K-pop industry without RM's leadership and outspoken message. The same way, RM's leadership and message would mean nothing without all of these talents. They needed each other, RM as the leader, and a label that let RM lead.
I'm a very lucky person. I'm lucky to have met the 6 other members of BTS. I'm lucky that I met our producer, Hitman Bang, who gave us his full support that we could make the music with love.
뭐 빌보드부터 시작해서 합작 1위 다 좋은 결과들이 있는데 사실 감정이 없었으면 아무것도 못했죠. 상상을 했겠습니까? 진짜 못했어요. 이건 진짜 참된 리더예요. 참된 리더. 이거는 인정 안 하는 사람이 없죠. 진짜.
Here's how RM led BTS and K-pop to the mainstream music industry.
It's a huge honor to be here and to meet all the leaders of APEC here in Korea, where I was born and raised. I'm honored to tell you about myself and to share my message.
RM's speeches over the years have been historic. The one he gave at the 2018 UN General Assembly was particularly reported on, studied, quoted, and shared across multiple platforms.
Maybe I made a mistake yesterday, but yesterday's me is still me. I am who I am today with all of my flaws. Tomorrow I might be a tiny bit wiser, and that's me too.
I've come to love myself for who I am, for who I was, and for who I hope to become.
But it was his 2025 APEC speech, the one with the most direct message about BTS's impact in the global music industry. It was RM officially admitting how he led BTS and K-pop to where they are today. In November of 2025, RM was invited to the Economic Leaders Meeting, part of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation the South Korean government was hosting. But that day, he was not invited to be part of the entertainment. He was invited as a delegate to give a speech. The attendees were world leaders like presidents, and the speakers were influential executives and economic leaders from companies like Google, Microsoft, Meta, Hyundai, Amazon Web Services, Johnson & Johnson, and TikTok. That is except for one person, RM. Unlike all the other speakers, RM did not talk about numbers.
I'm not sure how familiar you are with K-culture or K-pop, but I'm sure you all agree that the cultural industry has great economic value and growth potential. But I'm just an artist. I am not a business leader. I don't think you want to hear any numbers or figures from me.
Instead, RM was there to explain the soft power of K-culture. He gave his usual inspiring message. Music is healing. Music is human and
True.
a way we communicate. That is the power of art.
I'm lucky I'm an army who accept our music, not just as a diversion, but as our shared language of life. They use our music as the medium to carry out conversations that cross borders and languages. They were inspired by the message in the music of BTS to give to charity, to run social campaigns. And finally, the world was amazed.
But in a room full of executives, how can a message about art being about people and not numbers matter? Why would they even pay attention to RM? He is not Big Hit Music's CEO. Why is he talking in a CEO meeting? With
Nah, this is actually true. Like, imagine a meeting of business people, executives, you know, big company owners, and then they invited a musician to speak. It shows that he really has something valuable to bring to the table. He has, even if like put the money aside, because if it's money, the people he's talking to are billionaires. I don't think he's got into that level. He might be, I don't know, but like $1 billion is a lot of money. So like he's talking to billionaires, CEOs, respected people. He's respected too, but like he's talking to higher people, and it's he has something to offer, and what he has to offer is probably his words, his brain. That's what he has to offer.
his speech, RM answers this question. RM's voice matters because the art of the group he leads was what made cultures around the world connect with them, not a CEO and their numbers. It was not the big three entertainment agencies of South Korea, or even the global big three labels. It was not money, power, or international contacts. It was not a group led by CEOs. It was a group formed around and led by an outspoken 19-year-old.
Trying to get on mainstream media through our music was like doing an experiment and a huge challenge. It was a test to see if music in Korean can work on the global stage. We tried to get on TV to show the world our music, but the doors were closed and would not move. But as you know,
we have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 40.
couldn't just sit around and wait. We tried to make our own opportunities. We danced in the streets. We handed out flyers to free shows.
He told this directly to the CEOs and world leaders at the meeting, people trying to get the same effect in societies and cultures around the world. BTS actually did it. BTS actually broke down barriers.
BTS first started to go outside Korea about 10 years ago. And back then, we didn't dream of what we see today. Nothing was like this.
With this acknowledgement, RM is not bragging about his achievements with BTS. He is simply letting his real-life personal story show who made K-pop what it is today. He is not a CEO, but he is the best choice in the entire K-pop industry to talk about this subject. With that being clear, RM then directly asks world leaders to help artists follow the path he's been advocating for all these years.
I felt how hard it is to ever hear a Korean song in an English-speaking country. I saw how high a cultural barrier could be.
With his speech, RM asks for two things: money and policies that help artists.
There are creators all around the world. Please help them. Give them the financial support so that their own creativity can bloom. Give them the opportunities so that their talents can really shine. When you think about investing in tomorrow's generations, think about culture as well as economics. As the leaders of APEC, your policies and support will be the canvas and playground for all the creators.
RM asks for economic leaders' help for other artists because BTS experienced themselves how devastating lack of support can be. As artists from a small label, it was exhausting to put so much time and effort into a project that was not able to receive opportunities of being noticed. But BTS's unusual social media promotions gave them opportunities in an unusual place, the Western music industry. That's how they faced another set of challenges that only certain K-pop artists can understand. The big K-pop artists from big K-pop labels I previously mentioned attempted Western promotions, had partnerships with American labels, good industry contacts, and money invested. Yet they still expressed feeling lonely and alienated. This is because the cultural differences and discrimination were stronger than they could ever imagine. According to K-pop artists themselves, Western audiences didn't know anything about K-pop or South Korea.
At that time, the music of BTS was quickly called non-English foreign culture. When we said we are artists from Korea, they didn't ask us about our music. They asked, are you from North Korea or South Korea? Where on earth is Korea? So we had to explain where Korea was before we could even talk about our music. And that was the reality.
But BTS saw themselves in an unexpected situation. They were discriminated against in many ways by the general public and by the industry. But they had a small yet passionate group of fans.
I want you to see this. Look at your fans. Look at your fans.
I hear that you all are just social media monsters, if you will.
Your fans begged for you to be here tonight, and here you are.
Back then, ARMY was seen as supporters of a minority culture from Asia.
So BTS insisted, RM insisted, the power of art must win. They cannot give up. RM continued expressing his message about art and music being universal.
I really now feel that music transcends the language. I think they really know what we're saying, even if it's like different languages. Music is a universal language, so...
I literally do not care about the language. For real. Like, what I care about is... Because I don't mind the language. Because obviously I don't understand the language. But I care about the harmony. Like he said, music is a universal language. So anyone who's like, oh my god, it's not English, nah, you have a problem. Because if it sounds good, you would not care about English, French, Korean, whatever. You guys that know me, you guys see my videos. Sometimes I forget the lyrics are not even English. Then the comments be like, turn on captions, turn on captions. Why do I say this? If music is good, if you like the music, I'm telling you, no matter the language the music is in, you would not care. As long as you're having fun, as long as you're enjoying what you're listening to, that's all that matters. So yeah.
Music truly transcends languages. We believe that. We believe that. We want to transcend everything. So I guess that's the power of music. Genre, language, topic, there's no borders, boundaries, or limits.
He said again and again, in music we all speak the same language,
True.
while experiencing first-hand discrimination for their Korean music.
The hand down. The hand freaking miracle.
Wherever you from, whatever you speak. You speak the same language. This is Korean, what we call a comedian.
But BTS paved the way. Now Western audiences expect K-pop categories and artists at award shows. The only thing left to do is give opportunities to the small K-pop artists BTS once were. This is why RM is speaking.
I wanna be a human before I do some art. It's a cruel world, but it's gonna be my part.
I find it interesting how RM is one of the artists in the K-pop industry who receives the most heinous hate by K-pop fans, especially when his speeches are recognized by the media as powerful. They hate the idea of recognizing his influence and they deny the power of his voice in any and every way possible. Some say that...
Let me put it this way. If RM... Anyone hating on RM is stupid. Let me put it this way. RM is the bridge between BTS and the Western world that has more market. So whatever RM says is a pure representation of BTS. Excuse me. Whatever he says is a pure representation of BTS. And the fact that he has all this weight on his shoulders and he still says something meaningful, shows that he's a really smart person. Because one thing about things like this is if RM says something crazy, or says something crazy, it's over for the whole group. It's over for the whole group. You guys don't even understand, bro. He's like the bridge. This is BTS, this is RM, this is the Western world. So it goes like this. They talk to him, he talks to them. They talk to him, he talks to them. If RM says something selfish or says something stupid or crazy, it affects the whole BTS. If just one miscommunication from RM and the whole BTS suffers it. So anyone who's hating on RM is stupid. That's all I could say. You can't hate on this guy. He's doing a really good job. He's really doing great.
If his message for artists was genuine, he would speak up for the mistreatment that still exists in the industry today. Directly asking powerful people for their support for artists is not enough. RM should name the artists he is supporting. He should promote and give them his own money, if he really cares about them. According to K-pop fans, RM is a narcissist. He has no respect for other artists and only wants to credit his own group. I think even entertaining a conversation about this would be laughable. But I will say this.
Someone said he's talking like his group is the only group known from Asia. What other group, please, what other group? What other group aside from BTS? What other group has the same clout BTS has? I'm telling you, I can walk down the street and talk to a normal person on the street and ask the person, yo, aside from BTS, name another K-pop group. I can bet you $200 no one knows. So anyone typing this bullshit on Twitter is foolish.
If you remove all the resentment you have about BTS actually being the biggest group that has ever come out of K-pop, you will see his real message, the message any normal person understands. RM wants the future of K-pop to also be about artists and their art. It's not about RM speaking for and solving every one of the industry's problems. It's about the artists being able to speak out for themselves, whether it's artistically or as human beings. Something K-pop fans admit is hard to find in the industry. They admit this by demanding RM to solve these existing problems. RM's message is genuine because he shared it since before BTS's debut. Training, singing, dancing, and stage presence are important in the K-pop industry. RM highlighted the importance of those in interviews and his APEC speech.
K-pop is a great mix of music, choreography, performance, music videos, fashion, and social media. K-pop is not just a genre of music. It is a 360-degree total package of music, dance, performance, visual style, storytelling, music video, and even social media.
But BTS has nothing to do with the creation of that. That's why RM's fixation is on the power of art. Big Hit had other K-pop groups that followed the same K-pop formula. Beautiful visuals, singing, dancing, and stage presence, but no message about the power of art as a priority. And why would they? Why would anyone in the industry focus on that? At the end of the day though, that is what RM has always focused on and what has convinced everyone around him.
それはどうやってリーダー決めたの?
그 친구가 가장 똑똑하고 말도 잘하고 생각도 깊고 음악적인 부분에서도 그 친구의 방향성의 영감을 크게 많이 받았기 때문에 그래서 아마 그 친구가 리더를 해야 된다가 이제 모두한테 이견이 없었던 것 같아요.
You can love it or you can hate it. But RM is a powerful messenger, and he has always advocated for artists. The medium may be different, but his message stays the same.
Your support can make creators let their creativity soar. With your help, their creations will resonate around the whole world. Thank you very much.
Please give it up for RM. What a fascinating speech.
That was wonderful, guys. That was wonderful. You see, every time I watch the Borough City magazine, I always learn something from it. Every time I watch the Borough City magazine, and I love it. Yo, if you've come this far, thank you so much for watching till this part of the video. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so when I post whatever you comment, you can see the videos. Shout out Borough City Magazine. I love you as always. Thank you for giving us these wonderful, videos. It's not easy to collect information and give it out, and I'm happy. I'm grateful that you're doing all this. God bless you. I'm gonna see y'all later in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye.